Right, let's start today's session. See, in the last lecture of Python, we were discuss about how to download and install Python software and how many possible ways to write Python code and execute we were discuss, right? So one is interactive mode, and then next one is script mode, and then Python ideally, and finally we have launched PyCharm editor. So from now onwards, I'm going to use PyCharm editor only. Okay, throughout all my lectures, I'm going to show you all the examples and application code with this PyCharm editor only. So let me open PyCharm editor. In the last lecture, what we created a project folder with the name Python project 3pm. Okay, so to visit PyCharm, go to search and type PyCharm, and there you can see PyCharm Community Edition. And when I open this last time, yeah, this is the Python project 3pm. Already you have opened last time which project folder that is directly open. In case if you have open other project, if you want to open other project, simply file menu and open project like this. Okay. So open the project, and where is your project folder located? You can go to the location. For sub here, my project located, I have saved in this location like PyCharm projects. This is the folder we have to select Python project 3pm and select folder. This window, you can click on it. Simply, it is going to be open. So this is the code which we have written in my previous example. So we have changed the background theme and also font size of this editor, right? So let's add one more simple file to this project folder. You can add any number of files to this project folder, right? So right click on Python project 3pm, go to new and select Python file and give the name of the file is test1. Okay. So I have added one more file to this project folder like test1. And let me show you one more important thing why generally we recommend to use PyCharm editor. Like if I write this program A10, B20, and C equal to A plus B and print C. Okay. So we got the result. This is the clear code. We don't have any issue. When you want to run this program, simply right click on test1 and run test1. So we got the output, right? Yes. But even though if you if you are getting output, but this is not standard way of writing code. So according to Python enhancement proposal, so there are some standards. So they are providing that standards to the developers. So developers must and should follow that standards. So what is standard means? Look at this. This program is looking good. So even we got the output also like result of two numbers A10, B20, C30 value. But when we place mouse pointer on equal to operator, so there is a warning clearly. What is that warning? PEP8 means Python enhancement proposal. The warning is missing white space around operator. White space around operator means generally standard way of writing code is very important in real time. So you have declared the variable. After declared the variable, you have not provided any space. This is the space after, and after operator also have to give space. So this is the standard way of writing code. So like this kind of standards we need to maintain, right? So in real time, this is important. So any programmer can write the code, but professional developers, their way of writing is different. They'll follow some standards. But how do we know that standard means? When the moment we started use a proper professional editor, then you will come to know which is the standard and which is not in standard. So, but already if you have written the code which is not in standard marks, and do you want to convert this program into standard way according to Python enhancement proposal standard, simply place the mouse pointer over there, and they are asking like reformat the file. So once I click on the reformat the file, total program is setting into standard format. So now we can see A after some space, after operator also some space. So this look neat code and in professional way. So this is also one of the advantage when we use a proper editors. It will indicate you whether you are following standard mechanism or not. Okay. So that's what generally in the initial stage of learning any programming language, you just better to maintain some standards like this. Okay. Now today I'm going to discuss most important fundamental concepts in Python. So as a Python programmer, you must and should follow these fundamental concepts strictly. So what are the fundamentals? Okay. So let me write total 6 fundamentals are there. Python fundamentals. I'll explain each and every one in detail. First fundamental concept is comment section. And second one is keywords or reserved words. We can say that. Keywords or reserved words. And third one is identifiers. And then fourth one is variables. Fifth one is multiple assignment concept. And sixth one is, which is important, indentation. Python indentation. Yes. So today I'm going to discuss these important Python fundamentals. So comment section, keywords or reserved words, identifiers, variables, and then multiple assignment, and also indentation. So each and every fundamental concept is very important, sir. Because before going to write some logical programming from here onwards, you must and should keep it in your mind, these all fundamentals. So let's begin with comments. So these comments are very common in any language like C language, C++, Java, C Sharp.NET, HTML, JavaScript, CSS, any where comments are very common. Generally, why do we use comment section in programming language? So for example, I'll tell you, there are few situations are required to use comments. I'll explain that situation number one. For example, you are the programmer. You have implemented some logic for software application. But while implementing the logic or while writing the code, you have not leave any comments or you have not leave any description statements in your logic. But all of a sudden you left from the company. In place of your role, somebody joined. That means new programmer. When they look at your code, they don't understand really what purpose you have written the code. Because of while writing the code, you have not leave any comments or description. So they don't understand really. So it will take time to understand your code. So that's what better to habituate to leave the comments while writing the code in real time. When we define function, you have to mention in the commented lines why you are defining the function, purpose of the function is what. Or when we define the class, what purpose you are going to create the class and you just mention in the commented lines. So this is one reason we can use comments in real time. And other reason is suppose all of a sudden as a programmer, you are deciding that in your application, some sort of lines of code you don't want to execute. So those lines do you want to exclude from the execution? Then you can put them into comments. Okay. Whenever you put those lines into comment section, Python interpreter simply ignore those lines, wherever you put the commented lines. So if you don't want to execute some sort of the program or lines, then comment them and Python interpreter will not execute those lines. It will exclude from the execution. Again, whenever do you want to include in the execution, uncomment. Then let me show you how to use comment section in Python. Very simple. Each line you should start with hash sign. Comment starts with hash symbol only, sir. Okay. So for example, you can go to this program. I'm writing this code here, print welcome and print hello. And the moment when I run this test1.py, so we got the total program output, right? Just because of these lines, we got the 30 is the result. And these two lines also printed welcome and hello. But I don't want to execute these two lines. Let's keep the comments here. Starts with has. When I put these two lines starts with has symbol, then simply what will happen? You can see these two lines are not included in the execution. It will exclude from the execution only. So this is commented, right? Again, uncomment means you can remove the hash sign. So it is going to be uncomment. Now it works well. So this is exactly what we're doing. But sir, one or two lines we can manage the comments like this by giving hash sign clearly. But what about multiple lines? Suppose at once I want to comment 10 lines, 15 lines at once. What we can do, there is a shortcut. So that is a shortcut that is called control plus forward slash. So this is the shortcut key for comments in Python. But suppose here this total program I want to keep in comment. So select the total number of lines, how many lines you want to give comment, and control forward slash you can hit from your keyboard, automatically commented lines. Look at this. And even this total program also you want to comment like this. And select the total program by hitting Control A. Control A means select all, and then control forward slash means automatically uncomment, right? So this is uncomment. Again, comment. So comment, uncomment both are same, like control plus forward slash only. So this is comment section in Python. So whenever you don't want to execute some lines of code, you can put them into comment. Or else you can start with hash and write some description, whatever you want. I'm just writing Django data here. This is my description like that. So whenever you open this program, by looking the description, you will understand what purpose at that time you have written the code clearly, right? So this is the purpose of comments in Python language. I hope you understand that. Next, another fundamental concept is keywords or reserved words. So every programming language is having keywords and reserved words. So these keywords are also common in any language. So whenever the moment we install Python software, so all the required keywords will be automatically gets installed, then which we can use that keywords in your programming according to requirement. And every keyword is reserved for particular task to do. The keyword which for which task it is reserved, same task purpose you have to use, sir. But you can't change the purpose of the keyword, right? So let us bring the keywords, how many number of keywords are there, what are the keywords are there, how to get it. There is simple two lines of code is enough to bring the keywords. Let's see how I'm just getting the keywords. For this, I'm just trying to close these tabs and let's add new file of this folder, test2. And I'm writing two lines of code, observe, import keyword, okay? And then print keyword dot kw list. So here import keyword. Keyword is a library. I said Python is having huge standard library. When we install Python software, you will get automatically lot of libraries. So here I'm importing keyword library and I'm printing along with library name dot kw list, keyword list. So import is also one of the keyword. Look at this keyword I'm using for what? Importing the library only. So let's run this. We have executed previous program because test one already executed. I said already, do you want exclusively run this new program? Right click on test2.py and run this. We got the keyword list here. False, none, true, and horizontally there is a what we can say scrolling option is there. You can horizontally scroll it. Or if you are not able, if you don't want to scroll horizontally, do you wish to print all the entire the output in the same line for clear visibility? There is a swap wrap option is there. You can see in PyCharm output window, soft wrap is there. You can click on them. Automatically total output or result will appear into the one window. You need not to scroll horizontally or vertically or something. Okay. So these are all keywords. So we are bringing all the keyword list in Python. How many are there? Okay. So here, make sure that Python is a case sensitive language. That's the reason I'm particularly saying that false keyword, F letter start, capital, and starting capital, like T capital letter true. Only these three keywords are starting with small capital letter, false, none, true. Starting capital letter only. Look at this, false, none, true. Remaining all the keywords are lowercase characters only. Got it? So every keyword is having its own purpose. Okay. So every keyword is having its own purpose, and for which purpose it's reserved, same purpose we have to use. So you cannot able to change its purpose. For example, I'm trying to use if keyword equals to 100. How I'm using this if keyword? I'm using this if keyword as a variable only. But actually look at this in the keyword list below. One of the keyword if is there here. This keyword is reserved for what purpose, To test the condition actually. Okay. If you want to test the condition in general, we can use if keyword. But here you are using this keyword how? As a variable. It will not allow. Look at this. Syntax error, invalid syntax. So you have used one of the keyword which is reserved for conditional check, but you are using that keyword as your own like variable name. It's not possible. So for example, if I try to add one more F, I double F, yes, it's a valid name. There is no keyword name called I double F. That's the reason it is allowing. Look at this. We are printing the 100 value in the output window. So this is the valid name. Other than the keyword name, you can use any name of your variable. Okay, it works well. But notice this in this current program, I'm already using one of the keyword. The purpose is importing library purpose. I'm using import keyword. So there is a import keyword is there in this keyword list. Look this. Here import keyword is there. Okay. So this is library or module name also you can call it as. But how Java people they use packages before going to write to import the packages, and how .NET programmers they use namespaces like C++ programmers they used to call it as header files. So in Python we can call it as libraries or modules. Import keyword, it's a library name. So this is about keywords and reserved words. Every word is reserved for a particular task to do, and that word you have to use same task purpose only. But you don't worry, I'll explain each and every keyword according to our topic. So I'll introduce whenever I start discussing that keyword in the program, at that time I'll clearly mention it. This is the keyword, so and so purpose we are going to use that I'll tell you. Okay, fine. Next fundamental concept is identifiers. Yeah. So identifier is nothing but in Python, any name is called identifier, like variable name, function name, or class name. So names are called as identifier. So if you want to identify anything in Python, you must know about that name. So for example, here I'm trying to declare one variable name, a equals to 100. How I can access this a with name, right? A. So this is the name of the variable. So this is called identifier. Okay. So identifier is nothing but in Python, a name of the variable or name of the function or name of the class. Any name is called identifier. We can identify by its name only. That is called identifier. But there are several rules you should follow to give the names in Python. That's what I'm writing here. Rules to define the identifiers. Rules to define the identifiers. What rules are there? I'll explain you each and every one rule separately. Total 8 rules you should follow while providing the names in Python. Rule number 1. Identifier can be a lowercase and also uppercase. Yes, lowercase or uppercase. Any one you can use it, no problem. And identifiers are case sensitive. Yes, names are case sensitive, right? How the way you mention lowercase means lowercase through only how to access. Uppercase means uppercase through only how to access. So let me say these two rules with practically. But suppose here I'm just declaring the variable name emp id. It's my variable name. Value is 123 and then print emp id. So it works well, sir. No problem at all. The output is 123 only. So you declared the variable name in lowercase, but you are trying to access in lowercase only. It works well. But what about if I try to access this emp id in capital letters, like emp id? Not correct. You can see this, it is giving error. What error? Name error. The name capital letter emp id is not defined. Yes, you define the emp id that is in lowercase, but you are attempting to access with uppercase. Not possible. Okay. If you can declare the name in uppercase and if you are trying to access uppercase, it's okay. But it's not recommended actually. Okay. So I don't recommend to use any name unnecessarily with all capital letters. So what is the reason, sir? The reason is when we define any name like variable name or function name or class name with all capital letters, generally that is especially variable name. If you mention all in capital case, that indicates that it is a constant. Yes. So normally other programming languages like C Sharp, .NET, Java people, they are having const keyword. Const a equals to 100. If they mention like this, the variable a value 100 is fixed value, constant value. They cannot able to change it. But I'm speaking, this is other language point of view, not in Python. But same in Python, when we declare any variable name is capital letter, that indicates that it is a constant value. Who know about Python very well, they understand clearly just because of you mention this variable name is capital letter, they understand that this value is constant, better not to change. Yes, they don't change. But still, if you declare capital letter that you are conveying this value is constant, if they want to still change, they can change the value. The reason is what? Python do not support constants only, but only just for conveying purpose. So conveying to other programmers that my variable and value is constant, better not to change, then we can declare the capital letter only. So if really do you want to expose your variable and values are constant, that you are making understanding other people to not change this value, then go for capital letters only. But unnecessarily don't give without proper reason. So that's what I recommend, to use lowercase characters only while giving variable name. Okay, fine. So rule number 3. Okay, so identifier allow digits. It allow the digits. Sorry, identifier, yeah, identifier allow the digits, that is 0 to 9. The name can have the digit, but it should not start with a digit. It should not starts with a digit. Yes, it should not start with the digits, sir, actually. Identifier allow the digits like 0 to 9. In the name, you can use 0 to 9 digits, but starting not. So it should not start with a digit. Let me show you. Suppose EMP1, it's a digit. ID3, it's a digit. It's valid, sir. So valid it is. Okay. And the moment I starts with an variable name like identifier starts with 7 digits, not allowed. The reason is rule number 4 says it should not start with the digit. So you can't start with the digit any name in Python like variable name or function name or class name. The names can have the digits, no problem. Like EMP1 is their digit, ID3 also their digit, like this only. Okay. So this is rule number 3 and 4. And then rule number 4, it allow underscore. Yes, it allows the underscore. Only the special symbol allows like underscore only, no other special symbols. The two y underscore means, so identifier should not be 2 or more parts. It should not be 2 or more parts. In case if you want to mention the name of the variable or name of the function more than 2 parts with the space, it's not allowed, right? So that's the reason we have to combine those parts with underscore sign. So let's see how it is. EMP space ID. Here two parts of the identifier name is there. EMP one part, ID is another part. But two parts of the identifier is not possible. Invalid syntax. So better to combine these two parts with underscore sign, then it's a valid. Look this. This is valid point. So identifier can have the special symbol only the underscore. That too, if we have two or more parts of the name, then both we can combine by using underscore sign. And remaining other special characters are not entertained or not allowed. Now rule number 7, if any identifier starts with underscore underscore, then it is private. Yes. So look at this, then it is private, sir. If any identifier starts with underscore, then it is private. Normally, according to other languages like Java, .NET, programmers, they can mention clearly private int A or else public int B like this. So they are having access specifiers into their languages to make the variable as private by using private specifier, to make the variable as public by using public specifier. And many specifiers are also there, like default, internal, protected. I don't need to discuss that one. So private meaning is what actually the variable in which context you declare, like within the function or within the class, same function, same class only we can access. Public means anywhere we can access. That is the meaning. But in Python, there is no such type of access specifiers to make the variables and methods are private or public. So we can make symbolically. That means what? I said if any identifier like name or method starts with underscore, then it is private. Normally, if I say this is EMP underscore ID, right? So this underscore is just for making two parts combined. But the starting with underscore underscore means this is private variable only. Yes. If any name starts with a double underscore, it is private. Single underscore also there, that is protected. Later we will discuss. This is not right situation to discuss about this private and public. Anyway, in advanced Python programming, when we start with object-oriented programming, there I can discuss clearly what is private, what is public, what is the use of these public and private. But just we are talking about rules that I am indicating you. Any name starts with underscore, then we can say that private only. Okay. Later we'll discuss, don't worry. And I already rule number 8 I discussed at the time of keywords or reserved word discussion. So no keyword can be used as identifier. Yes. You can't use any keyword or reserved words as your own variable name or function name or like this. Now, for example, def is a keyword. Generally, def keyword can be used in Python for what purpose, to define the function. But you are using this, what? To define the variable only. No, it's not correct. Look this, it's error, syntax error. So there is a keyword called def. So this keyword cannot be used as your own variable name. Okay. Apart from keyword name, you can use any name like variable name only. So these are all total 8 rules you must follow while giving the names in Python. What names means like variable names, function names, class names, or any names, you must follow these rules. These are rules to define the identifier like names only. Now, next fundamental concept is variables. So variable is also called as identifier? Yes, because I said just now, identifier is nothing but it's a name, like variable name, function name, class name, like that. But in Python, variable is having a definition. What is that? So I'm telling you the definition of the variable. Variable is a named memory location. Variable is a named memory location of the value. In Python, every value it's it every value has its variable. Yes. In Python, every value has its variable. Okay. Variable is a named memory location of the value. In Python, every value has its variable. Okay. And declare, while declare variables, variables in Python, we don't need to, or we need not to specify, we need not to specify the data type, right? Why? Because Python is a, why? Because Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed programming language. During the program execution time, based upon the value, Python only will decide the data type of the variable. So let's see, for example, here A equals to 100. I'm asking 100 value is going to store in which memory, means you should say A memory, because Python need to assign some memory for the A. This is the name of the variable. With this name only, in the name of the memory, A memory only, value 100 is going to store. Print A. I don't need to specify the data type int before A. So based upon the type of value, automatically data type will decide. If you want to know the data type of that variable, you can mention type of A, you will say this integer type. And if in case if I mention float, float type decided. And in the double quotes, if I try to give the name string type, it's a group of characters. And in Python, if I mention any single character also, it's called string. There is no char data type in Python. Okay. Other languages, if include character, only one character, that is char data type. But in Python, there is no char data type, only even single character also string, and no character also, it is called empty string. Within the double quotes, if you give numbers also, it is called string only. So once I remove this quotation mark, it leads to integer only like this. Okay, so this is variable, definition of the variable. And in Python, every value has its variable. And while declare the variables in Python, we need not to specify the data type, just because Python is a dynamically typed programming language. But if you want to get the memory address of the variable, there is a built-in function is there, sir. ID function. I'll also discuss about this ID function in later sessions. Don't worry that. So ID means identity. It return the memory address of this variable A. So to store this value inside the A, then A is going to get the memory. That memory address is this one only. So it's a base memory address. So ID means it's a built-in function. This function is used to get the memory address of the variable in which memory it is going to store. Okay. Yes. So these are all functions, are built-in functions. Print is a built-in function. This is output function. What output do you want to display to the user? Type is a built-in function to know the data type of the variable. ID also built-in function to get the identity or memory address of the variable, like this one. Okay. So this is about variable section. Now next, I'm talking about multiple assignment. What is multiple assignment and how to work with multiple assignment? We'll discuss, sir. Very simple. Multiple assignment is the process of assigning a single value to multiple variables. Multiple assignment is the process of assigning a single value to multiple variables. And also it is the process of assigning multiple values to multiple values to multiple variables. Yes, multiple values to multiple variables. So both are nothing but multiple assignment only, sir. So multiple assignment is the process of assigning a single value to multiple variables, and also it is the process of assigning multiple values to multiple variables. Let's have an example quickly. Suppose A equals to B equals to C equals to 10. This is what? Multiple assignment. At a time, I am assigning a single value to multiple variables, right? So it is better to use this expression. Why this expression better means instead of doing 3 lines of code, A10, again B10, again C10, this is not required, right? Anyway, you are assigning same value to the multiple variables at once. It's not required. So better to include one line statements. So we are assigning a single value to the multiple variables at once. And you can print it one by one or all together at once in the same line. I'm printing one by one, print A, print B, print C means we got the value 10, 10, 10 like this. Or else, if you want, you can print it in the same line by using comma separator, A, comma B, comma C. And now you can see 10, 10, 10, it's coming like this. But notice that in the result output window, after getting the result, default separator is there for every value after, like 10 after some space is there, even 10 after some space is there. It's a default separator, sir, actually. So do you want to provide your own separator? Yes, we can go for, there is a separator attribute is there. This is called attribute. So I'm giving the comma separator. I'm placing the separator value within the double quotation marks. So separator attribute through, I'm giving comma separator here. So I'm using this comma. So automatically your output values are got the separator with comma sign. And any separator you can give it no problem. Look at this. I'm giving the separator like colon. So each and every value of the colon separator is going to display here. And hyphens like this. This is separator concept. So if you want to separate the values, each and every value, especially which we are displaying the values in same line, each value you can separate by using comma sign only. Is it? Yes. So let me comment this. This is assigning single value to multiple variables at once. But I said multiple assignment is also process of assigning multiple values to multiple variables. Right? Let's see how we can do this. This also. Multiple values to multiple variables means like this. Right hand side, three values I'm taking. In the left hand side, three variables also I'm taking. 10, 20, 30, and 10 A, B, C. According to the order, like 10 value goes to A, 20 value goes to B, 30 value goes to C like this. So we are getting the output like this. So we have not printed, just a moment. Print A, print B, print C like this. So all the values are printed 10, 20, 30. But even if you want to display this output values in the same line, how we can display A comma B comma C, right? But my requirement is what? Still I need to display separate statements like print A, print B, print C like this. But still my output should come into the same line only along with separator. How I can do means end attribute is there, sir. End with space. End with space. If I do like this, end with space, then each and every value after space will provide and the value will be joined in the same line. So even though I'm using three print functions, generally if we use three print functions, all the values are in the line by line only, it will print, right? But still my output should be in the same line only. So let's run it. It is same line only. And along with some separator is required to use separator. If I want to use separator, then comma separator I'm using 10 comma 20 comma 30 like this one. So this is the clear ABC values 10, 20, 30, 40 like this only here. Okay, these are the variables and values are printed here. So this is multiple assignment along with separator concept. So next final fundamental concept, it's very important. Most of the Python beginners, they might get confused here only. Indentations. So what is indentation? Why do we use indentation in Python? Let me explain quickly, sir. So before going to explain the indentation concept, try to understand this program, what I am writing, but make sure that this program is not suitable in Python. So generally in other programming languages, people, they write the code like this: int I equals to 10, if I equal to 10 brackets, open curly brackets, close curly brackets. If it is C language or C++ or Java, whatever it is, print statement I'm using system.out.println true only, right? And else block I'm using else, open bracket and close bracket, system.out.println false only I'm using. Hmm. This is very common code in any language, but not in Python. So this code is not suitable in Python, sir, for sure. The reason is why, I'll tell you that. So we don't use any semicolon options or data type declaration or brackets like this in Python. Okay. Why I'm writing this like this code means just for making you to understand indentation in Python, sir. So this code is observed carefully. I value initialize 10. If condition 10 equal 10, correct. Here single equal to means assignment operator, double equal to means uh, comparison operator or relational operator. So my requirement is I value 10, 10 I am comparing with 10 only. This is correct, right? If it is correct, control jump into this block. In case if the 100 value I'm giving I value, 100 equal 10, not correct, right? Not correct means control jump into else block only. There are two block of code is there, if block, else block. Okay, but listen carefully. Other language programmers to consider the block of code, they use open curly brackets, close curly brackets. Here also to consider the block of code, they use open curly brackets, close curly brackets. But in Python, we don't use this type of curly brackets, sir. Why? Because the indentation is there. If you want to consider a block of code in Python, then we use indentation. Indentation means what actually? Four spaces. Yes, four spaces are there here. Four spaces is nothing but indentation. Okay. So just this program, why I'm writing means to understand the code, how it is processed. So in other programming languages, programmers, they use open curly brackets, close curly brackets for considering the block of code, like if block, else block. But in Python, we don't use this type of curly brackets. So instead of that, we use four space indentation levels. But look at this with the advantage of PyCharm editor. The PyCharm editor will say that automatic indentation levels will be there, sir. This is the advantage actually. Even if you write this type of code in Notepad, cursor automatically blinking in the same line. So if you don't leave the space like indentation levels, then it will give error like indentation errors. So if you know already the rules and regulations, how to maintain indentation level, that will be easy to write anywhere in code, anywhere in Notepad or edit place like this. But the advantage of PyCharm editor, you can see same code I'm writing in Python standard. I value 10, 100 if I equals to 100. Now the moment when I press enter, automatically the four space indentations are leaving. Look at this, four space means to consider the block of code in Python. We don't use any curly brackets like other languages. Open curly bracket, close curly brackets. We use indentation. That's four space indentation only there. Here four space indentation is there here. Here four space indentation is there. So this statement, print statements under comes into the if block, and this print statements under comes into the else block. So to consider the block of code, we use indentation in Python. We are getting true, sir, result. Why? Because this condition is true. 100 equal true, true only. In case if I give 10, 10 equal to 100, not correct, right? It will go to else block, false. But what happens, sir, if I don't give space, it give error. Look this, indentation errors will be there. At least one space, indentation error. At least one space or any number of space. But default indentation space in PyCharm editor is 4. Why? Because you can see in the bottom corner of PyCharm editor, 4 space indentation levels are visible clearly. Here, bottom corner, when I place mouse pointer over there. So four space indentation levels are common. So automatic indentation levels are there in PyCharm editor. Whenever the program you are writing with the block of code, auto indentation levels are going to capture. It won't give any trouble. But same code, if you start write code in Notepad editor, there is a problem. Usually, if you don't know how to maintain the indentation level, the cursor by default blink in the starting position. You have to move four space or one or two space forward. If you don't move, indentation errors, you will face that. So this is the advantage of PyCharm editor. So flexibly, we can able to write the code in PyCharm editor, sir. So these are all total 6 fundamental concepts you must and should aware. like indentation, multiple assignments, variables, rules to define identifiers, keywords, reserved words, comments. So this is overall my 4 demo lectures. As I said that, so this is the last demo which we completed. From tomorrow onwards, do you want to continue with my lectures regularly? And you can immediately contact DurgaSoft for enrolling this course. And tomorrow this link will not useful and you can't able to join with this link. So only who enroll for this course, and if you wish really continue my lectures, please try to contact DurgaSoft immediately today and before going to start tomorrow's session, and you will get a new link. Then from then onwards you can continuously join with that link only. Once your enrollment process is over, obviously I'll collect the mail IDs from DurgaSoft so that I can start sharing the material like core Python PDF material you will receive first, and then so far whatever the video lectures are there that I can upload to your Google Drive. So that's all from my end. 4 demo sessions complete. So now it's your wish to continue the lectures clearly. If you really wish to continue, please contact DurgaSoft immediately. How to enroll, they'll assist you. And after enrollment process, we'll continue the sessions from tomorrow onwards. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me now. How many days will take to complete framework, sir? I said already Python duration, core and advanced Python programming is 45 working days to 50 working days. Okay, only Python if you are looking. Or if you are looking Django, REST API, Flask, REST API, Flask framework along with projects means that is 4 months duration course, total full stack Python. What kind of projects? Yes, the web application projects only, like all whatever the Django topics we are going to cover, all we will include the topics and make the project. So that projects we can claim by putting in your resume as a fresher. So you will get complete hands-on experience in real-time coding, how we can implement database connection and user interface design, and with the architecture like MVT architecture and API creation, everything you will get an experience in that project. What is that Streamlit? See, sir, I said already, this is purely Python full stack development. So whatever the project development are there, it is purely related to Python, Django, REST API, Flask only. If you are into other category like other area, network related, data science related, AI related, that libraries will not be covered here. Only data science related libraries, Pandas, NumPy, MATLAB will be covered, that is. After giving the registration fee, how many days are required to start in class? Already classes started. 4 sessions over. Tomorrow fifth, day after tomorrow sixth. It's continuation process. Then what is there in it? These lectures, whatever I conducted, 4 sessions, videos are there. Directly will upload to your Google Drive. Again, that won't repeat. We'll continuously do that. Tomorrow itself, continuation process. No stop for anybody. Okay, it's a regular process. Any questions? Yes, yes. Pandas, Matplotlib, NumPy, which will be there in our advanced concept. Course completion certificate I will provide for sure. After completion of a course, you will receive that course completion letter from DurgaSoft officially with your name. Then you can claim that you have completed your course. Will you teach front end and back end development? How many days? That's what, Priya. I think you are new to this session. Okay. If you follow my lectures from last 3 days, I think you will not ask this question. Please watch my demo, first demo video. Our team will send the demo link directly. If you click on the link, you will redirect to YouTube playlist of my videos recently what I started. So I explained clearly in the first day itself, this is completely Django REST API, Flask, all the frameworks will be covered with projects. Look at this Python, Django, REST API, Flask, UI, and MySQL. All these things will be covered in 4 months, maximum 4.5 months duration. It's a full stack development. Okay. Yeah. So thanks for attending this demo sessions. So if you want to continue my lectures, please contact DurgaSoft immediately. So after enrollment process, and you will get the recorded videos and the material as usual, which I discuss. And you can continue from tomorrow with the new link. So wait for the new link after enrollment. You will get before the session clearly the link. Okay. Yeah. Have a nice time. See you tomorrow.